Krakow is arguably Poland's most popular city. It's also a place with a deep past. We're going to be walking through the streets to learn about its history and see what the city is like today. Krakow has three main districts that people aim to see, and we started things off by visiting the Old Town, entering through the St. Florian's Gate and Barbican. You'll first notice the surrounding gardens before entering the cobblestone streets. Around the edges of the Old Town, you'll notice parts of the medieval defence walls, which used to circle the whole area. We came to this part of the city twice. In the morning it was nice and quiet, which was a good opportunity to look around, while the afternoon hours offered a great atmosphere. Right here on screen you can see the entrance where we came through at St. Florian's Gate. It marks the start of the royal route, meaning kings and queens previously used this exact path on their way to their castle. The St. Florian's Gate and defence walls were built over 700 years ago, after Mongol invaders completely destroyed Krakow. The buildings here we're walking past are also many centuries old, with many standing since the 1400s. Similar to other Polish cities we visited on our trip, Krakow is incredibly clean. Considering the massive amounts of tourists that come here, the city is well managed. Some of the best food in Krakow also lies in this area. While here, we tried some Polish dumplings. This kind is called pierogi ruski, and it's a total specialty here in Krakow. If you watched our video on Gdańsk, you'll notice this is a completely different variation of Polish dumplings. As we keep walking along the royal route of the Old Town, we're approaching the main square, and we start to notice St. Mary's looming right ahead. Krakow's Old Town Square is known as Rynek Glowny, and it's actually one of Europe's biggest medieval town squares. Out here, there's a huge range of historic landmarks to check out. Around the square, there's a bunch of restaurants, and they all look good. Even the McDonald's and Domino's Pizza here have their own outdoor dining, which makes them look good too. But that's not to say that you should go there. Instead, it's best to try as much Polish food as you can while you're here. Most of the restaurants on the square close their kitchens at around 10 PM, so definitely keep that in mind if you're looking for a late dinner. While we walked along the town square, we also noticed that there were many activities. There are many locals offering horse rides around the town, while you can also get walking tours or golf cart tours that take you to the three districts and explain Krakow's history during the German occupation. For us though, we found it better to walk through the towns, as Krakow is very walkable, and the tours can be expensive as well as fast-paced. Within the square is a town hall tower, which is actually the only part left of Krakow's original 14th century town hall. The rest of the building was torn down over 200 years ago. And right in the middle of the plaza is a main centerpiece, being the cloth hall. This used to operate as a major trading hub, and nowadays you can walk inside to a market-style area. There's also a massive underground museum right beneath it, where you can walk through excavated medieval market stalls and see what the city used to look like centuries ago. A quick tip is that on Tuesdays the underground museum is free, but be prepared to arrive early as the lines get long well before opening time. Now we're walking past the main square and into the other side of Krakow's Old Town. Since we arrived in the early evening, we decided to explore this area the next morning. In this part of the Old Town, there's so much to see. Right here is the Church of Saints Peter and Paul, which is famous for its striking life-size row of the 12 apostles guarding the front gates. And Right opposite the church is the St. Mary's Magdalene Square. Just a short walk away, you'll see maybe the most notable feature in this part of the Old Town, being the iconic Worrell Castle. Entrance onto the castle's hill, the courtyard and the gardens is completely free. However, you do have to buy a ticket if you want to go inside the castle itself to see the exhibitions. Just behind the castle is the Vistula River, which opens up to a nice boardwalk and change of scenery. From here, you can also jump on a scenic boat tour that takes you up and down the river. There's also a park nearby the castle and the river called Planty Park. This is the same park that you saw in the start of the video, as it surrounds the whole of the Old Town, totaling 4 kilometers around. While the Old Town shares an incredible story of beauty and ancient history, a much darker chapter of German occupation is waiting just around the corner. Next, we have 2 distinct districts to look at. Walking out of the Old Town, we're making our way into the district of Kazimierz, also known as a historic Jewish quarter. For over 400 years, this district served as an independent twin city to Krakow, and was considered one of the safest areas for European Jewish people, until the German occupation. It's amazing to see how, as you walk, you immediately transition from the medieval Catholic architecture of Krakow's Old Town to a completely distinct, old Jewish style town, as you can clearly see by the designs of these buildings. We started in the Jewish quarter by first coming to Kraków. Back in the day, this historic square was a bustling heart of daily life in the district. The circular stone building in the centre is called Okrelag, also known as a rotunda. It was originally a pre-war ritual kosher poultry slaughterhouse. Today, its former serving windows are world famous for serving zapiekanki, legendary giant Polish toasted open-faced baguettes. Throughout the Jewish quarter, historic synagogues are scattered all around. This one here is the Isaac Synagogue, while just nearby sits the Old Synagogue. Today, the Old Synagogue has been transformed into a museum where you can step inside to look deep into the history of the building and the surrounding area. Nowadays, the Jewish quarter has transformed into a vibrant district, filled with bustling restaurants, lively cafes, and busy streets all around. One of the most popular restaurants in the area is called Hamza. It's famous for its Middle Eastern and Israeli dishes, and its message of peace. The district was not all Jewish though. Now we're passing the Corpus Christi Basilica, which is located in the heart of the district. It was founded in 1335 by King Kazimierz III, serving as a powerful reminder of the deep Christian roots that existed side by side with Jewish history in this independent city. One of the most famous alleys in the district is the Schindler's List Passage. This historic courtyard became globally recognized after it was used as a major filming location in Steven Spielberg's cinematic masterpiece. Along the passage, there's a big wall that details the events and history of the Jewish people in the area. These detailed plaques serve as a powerful outdoor chronicle outlining centuries of local life, culture, and ultimate survival. As we cross the bridge to the other side of the river, we enter Podgórze. During the German occupation, this became the Krakow Ghetto. It was a walled-in town where thousands of Jewish lives were systematically confined. This is Ghetto Hero Square. once the central hub for Nazi registrations and deportations to concentration camps. It now serves as a moving monument to those who never returned. It's believed that on the final days of the ghetto's liquidation, around 2,000 Jewish people were brutally murdered in these very streets. The chairs symbolize the profound absence and loss left behind, each one representing the empty seats at family tables that would never be filled again. Next to the square sits the Podgórze pharmacy. This site is memorable because at the time its non-Jewish owner was allowed inside the ghetto. He used the store to secretly smuggle food and medicine to save lives. Now we're walking up Lewowska Street. Here, some of these buildings remain in the exact same way as they did during World War II. Walking through this area gives you a slight feel of how times were, a heavy glimpse into a dark chapter of history. Next to this street, you can still see parts of the wall that once occupied the entire surrounding area. This is one of the only pieces left. It's believed that the tops of these walls were intentionally designed by the Germans to replicate Jewish tombstones. On the other side of the district, the area has been restored into a lively area with shops all around. This is called Podgórze Market Square, and in the background you can see St. Joseph's Church. The church symbolises the neighbourhood's resilience, standing tall and unchanged through the darkest periods of war. If you walk directly from the start of the Old Town to the Old Jewish Ghetto, the three districts cover a total out and back walking route of about 4 kilometres. Since we decided to explore all the side streets, we did far more than that, covering about 25,000 steps for the day, about 18 to 20 kilometres. One hour away from Krakow is the Auschwitz-Birkenau former concentration camp. This is one of the main reasons why people come to Krakow. The concentration camp is largely untouched compared to what it was during its operation. It's important to note though that you must book your ticket online in advance, as you can't just walk up to the gate. It costs equivalent to €30 for a guided tour. If you're after a mid-sized town to combine with Auschwitz, just 25 minutes away is Bielsko-Biała, which is also known as Little Vienna. They call this place Little Vienna due to its Austro-Hungarian architecture of the buildings. And the best part is that there are not too many tourists that come here, so you can enjoy the history and the views all to yourself. Close to town there's a nearby train station, so you can also do a separate day trip from Krakow. Outside of town there's also a range of activities to do, like hiking trails and a nearby cable car. For us, one of the things that we regret is not spending more time here. Since we drove here and didn't have too much time, we only stopped through the town and spent about 2 hours. Next time it would have been great to spend more time. In regards to our accommodation, we stayed at the Arts and Garden Residence. The place was just a 12-minute walk to the Old Town. It was clean and offered a good breakfast. After doing our research, it was cheaper to stay slightly outside the Old Town. However, the hotel prices in Krakow, in general, are still pretty affordable compared to other European cities. We paid €70 per night to stay here, and the link to the hotel will be in our description. And that finishes our tour of Krakow, a unique city that's filled with different kinds of history. Remember to subscribe to our channel to keep watching our travel journeys.